a quiet seaside town, an evil laid to rest centuries ago has risen. An abandoned fortress deep in the swamp holds a secret that could save the village or destroy it. Now, a band of adventurers sets out to dig up the wounds of the past and bring the light of day to the roots of ruin. This is Tabletop Gold.
Hello, friends, and welcome to Tabletop Gold, episode 101. My name is Lars Casteen. I'm your golden tyrant here to guide you through the world of tabletop role-playing games, hanging out and playing them. Let's say hello to those on our call today who will be doing the same thing. It's Zoe Chernicoff.
Hello, good that time, Lars.
Good that time to you as well. Whatever time it is, I hope you're having a good one. Humphreys is here also.
Good evening. Good that time to all of you.
Good that time. David
Sorry, I'm
Chernicoff.
distracted.
Oh, what are you distracted by, Armat?
I'm hurriedly rushing through this potential chat topic.
Okay, there's a little tease. We're going to talk about something.
Natural organic chat topic
That's
that
right.
we will be pursuing.
Exactly.
David Chernicoff is here.
Good that time.
The Tin Man, sorry.
Yeah, thank you. I am also hurriedly taking this quiz, and it is not a quiz that lends itself to hurriedness. It's really, there's some.
I am
some
confronting
real
some
stumpers.
real brain teasers here.
Well, as Armat and David are playing catch up on this thing that we just decided to do, let's say hello to Robin Lange.
Good that time.
Good that time.
I have no comments about the quiz.
Okay, good. Me neither. Friends, you may know this. We like to do these quizzes sometimes. Some of you seem to like it. Some of you seem to not. That's fine. If you don't like quizzes, skip on ahead to whenever you hear me say it's time for our game. This is a quiz on IDRlabs.com. It's the Food Disgust Test. If you want to Google that, or you can find the link in our show notes today. It's 32 questions. It presents you with a variety of disgusting food scenarios, and it's up to you to decide whether or not you think those things are disgusting. And then it pops out an 8-part composite score that tells you how disgusted by various food things you are.
Oh, yes, it does. I just got there. Wow. Okay.
Do you like it, David? How do you feel about this? Let's get into that first. How do you like the quiz? Do people enjoy this quiz? The IDR Labs Food Disgust Test? Because I think I love it. I think it's great.
interesting.
I think I do like it. I'll never be able to separate it from how panicked I was trying to do it quickly enough to finish in time.
Sure.
But in and of itself, yeah, this is pretty fascinating. I think.
I have to say though, it looks so when you go into this test on the side, there's like a little FAQ, like why use this test? It's not really FAQ, it just has that as that label.
Yeah.
And the number one, the first reason to use this test is it's free.
Yeah. What else are you doing, idiot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is free, and that's one of the reasons why I recommend it to people at home. So this test asks you questions like, seeing a hair in my soup does not really bother you, and you can say strongly disagree, neutral, agree, strongly agree. And at the end, it pops out a chart saying how disgusted you are by the following 8 topics: insect contaminants, animal flesh, hygiene, human contaminants, mold, fruit, fish, and vegetables. So I think maybe the thing that I want to ask about is, was anybody surprised about how disgusted or not disgusted they were by various things that this quiz told them about?
Well, so not surprised about, I am maxed out on animal flesh disgustedness.
Yeah, that's not.
I've been
surprising.
vegetarian since I was 16. I'm just not that into animal flesh. It's kind of not my thing. So
Yeah.
that was not a big surprise.
That was when I got a similar thing of like, there's not really an answer. It also just doesn't have to do with disgust. Like my mouth doesn't water at seeing a pig being roasted because I don't eat pig.
So,
right.
so
Yeah.
on a scale of 1 to 5, what is your animal flesh disgust?
5.
5.
Yeah.
Mine is a 1.
Oh, we
All
got a
of
range.
those things, I was like, that
It's a spectrum.
seems good to me.
Oh yeah, I had 5 on animal flesh as well. Now that I've
Wait a
got
minute, Lars. All of them, including mold. I would have thought mold would be.
Oh no,
adjacent
animal
to
flesh.
fungus.
I'm at a 1.
We're just an animal.
Oh, just an animal flesh.
Well, let's
I
talk
see.
about mold. Mold, I'm at a 5. I am mega grossed out by every
Yeah.
single mold thing on this quiz.
Yeah.
So if you see mold on like the edge of cheese, you throw out the cheese.
Yes, I move. I get out of
Cheese
the state.
is mold, dude.
Change
Yeah.
your cell phone
See-
number so it can't call you at home.
That's right.
I grew up in a just scrape it off house.
Yeah, so did I. Why do you think I hate mold
So it doesn't
much?
bother me actually. The only thing that I'm like really picky about is if there's mold on bread. Because if you see mold on bread, it's everywhere. So you just throw the bread out. But anything else, I'm like, just scrape it off. It's fine. Oh, this jelly has mold on the top. Just spoon. It's fine underneath that.
Oh, we should just spare
Oh.
poor
My
Lars.
husband's horrified listening to this in the
that's
car right
so
now. I know.
gross.
Lars is horrified listening to as you could see him. He's right there.
Does anybody else have a particularly high or low score that you want to talk about?
I do.
Okay.
Zoe, can you guess? Because obviously I would have been able to guess your animal flesh one. Which of these? I have close to average on almost all of them. I have below average on one, and I have.
What is average? 2.5?
I guess I have 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, and then I got a 1 and a 5. So what do you think
I
my
assume
5
your
is?
5 is fish.
Absolutely
Yeah.
Do you want to know what my fish disgust level is?
0.
0.
That's
Yeah.
mine too.
None
I'll
of that
eat
fish stuff
anything
grossed
that
me
comes
out.
from
I
the
want to
sea.
eat every fish that's out there. I want to
Interesting.
gobble them up.
I'm like just over a 3, and I
New
don't. I
Englanders.
don't like super fishy fish, but I'm not super squeaked out. David does not like. I don't. Yeah, canned tuna, not David's thing.
Oh my god! No, nope. That's like the height of the things about fish, that fishy fish stuff that bothers me is like epitomized by canned tuna. Shellfish, I'm cool with, really
Yeah.
enjoy. But the fishier the fish or the more canned the tuna.
Cruelly,
the
one thing
more
my
I'm
parents
out.
love to make for lunch is tuna fish sandwiches.
I no longer actively
Oh,
retch
geez.
when I'm in the same like house as it, so that's nice and has helped our marriage. But no, I do not want to eat it.
I think all you got to do now is print out the results that this thing spits out, laminate them, and then just show it to them. Just be like, listen,
Right.
this is not about you. I have a card that says that I am mega grossed out by your hospitality.
Could you eat some slightly spoiled fruit instead? Because I have a below average amount of issue
Right.
with that.
Armat, I'm curious about you. Where are you at on this? You've been enigmatic and a closed box.
I feel like I'm just kind of boring. It told me my food disgust is average. Like,
I have the
Interesting.
same. I have the same.
yeah,
I'm
Same.
elevated all in. 64.13%.
Checks out.
Okay.
yeah.
Mine is 50.88 in aggregate, but I've just got one low and one mega high.
Right.
I wish there's a way to like do it where you can just like click at the beginning, like I do not eat meat,
Yeah,
and
agreed.
it's not because of
Yeah.
like it grosses me out. It's for many different reasons. Because I feel like my food disgust is average because of that. But honestly, I think my food disgust should be below average
Interesting.
because anything other than
Right.
meat, I eat weird shit, guys.
Do you eat bug chips?
Ooh.
Does it
I would
ask you about
happily
that?
eat bugs.
I would
My
do that
insect
too.
contaminant is less than 1. It's like 0.5.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mine,
Oh,
I'm
wow.
at 1.5 on that.
Yeah. I would absolutely eat insects. Yeah.
Armat, since you're sort of like what's being shown on this like radial chart or whatever these things are called, is not, and your average is close to average. Like, is there any particular question that jumped out at you as either it did kind of like make your stomach turn a little, squick you out, or the opposite? Like you were reading it and thinking, wow, I can't believe anyone is bothered by that. Like any particulars?
No, I mean, the only two that really kind of bugged me were like, my highest score is a 3.1 in hygiene. And so like, that just seems reasonable to me. Like, like if there's bugs in a restaurant kitchen or like a bathroom, like it's a building. It probably has them in the kitchen as well. Like,
Yeah.
but I've eaten bugs before. Like I ate these like deep fried water bugs that were look like cockroaches while
Really?
I was in Japan. Yeah, we had all gone
Do you
out to this.
dip them in a sauce, or they're just crispy?
They're just crispy and salted, and
Did you like it?
not really. It was okay,
Cool.
but I'd do it again.
Oh, okay, good.
I'm just not a picky eater, basically.
Yeah,
If someone
protein
has,
to the future, my man.
yeah, totally. I for one welcome our cricket feed nutrition overlords.
It's supposed to be the future. Yeah.
If they used a
Yeah.
mix of bugs and mushrooms to make a lab made burger, I would
That actually
totally be
kind
there
of sounds
for
great
it.
to me. Yeah, I'm so there with you.
Lars is sneering.
Can we get some mackerel in there? Just so we get that nice fishy.
No.
Can we get a little bit of human hair in there just to touch all the bases?
I'm
no human hair.
I'm reflecting
Human hair
on
grosses me out.
two things hearing you all, because it sounds like maybe all in I have the highest disgust level, at least from what everyone has said. My lowest among those is human contaminants, which makes me feel a little ashamed. But I think all of this is children, because I think the human contaminants is do you mind if someone puts their mouth on something and then you eat it? And
Right.
that's all I eat now.
That's just food.
Yeah.
It's just something someone else has put their mouth on. And then I'm
Right.
like, well, there's half a sandwich.
Well, everybody at home, if you want to take this quiz and share your thoughts, if you want to talk about it on the Discord, you can do that. Hey, how about if we do that? How would we do that? Let's change our channel that we've got here to from Hog Bracket to Disgusting Food. Shall we do that?
We should
Yes.
maybe we
I
also
love
put it
it.
in the show notes.
Oh, yeah. No, that's going in there.
I love that subreddit, or not subreddit, but sub Discord chat channel has gone through so many amazing transmutations in its name, from Sky Chicken to Hog Bracket and now to Disgusting Food. It's a beautiful chimera. and
Adapt or die is what I
admire
say.
it.
I do have to say, if we're calling it disgusting food, we do need to be aware and cautious of the images that get posted.
Oh, that's a good idea. What should we name this thing instead? What's a better name for this?
Appealing food.
Okay, we're going to change it to
Sky
appealing
chicken?
food.
Food feelings.
Food
Food feelings.
Oh, that's good.
Or food fight.
Oh.
Food. I'm going to spell fight. I accidentally typed food wrong. I typed foot. So we're going to call it foot fight.
The
formerly
French
known
art of
as-
savate.
formerly known as other stuff. Okay, good. Saved. There you go, Discord. Hey, speaking of Discord, let's move on to talk about reviews that people have left for our show. We've got a review on Podcast Addict from Timmy, who specifically calls out the Hero Point card system. If you're not aware of it, we get Hero Point card recommendations through our Discord. People just post ideas for Hero Point cards, and then we get to spend Hero Points on those cards to have that effect, giving our listeners a chance to have a direct impact onto our show. And Timmy, who wrote this review, was very complimentary of that. So I'm going to say thank you so much, Timmy, for one, taking the time to write a review, and for two, letting us know that you like that part of the show.
Thanks, Timmy.
Thank you.
Woo, Timmy. Ow.
Okay.
Woof.
Getting vapors over here. Okay, so let's move on to our game. I have to close out of the window on my phone that has the disgusting food quiz to get to the music. There we go. For weeks during your delves underground, you've seen the signs of outlandish experiments being held deep in the dungeons below Gauntlet. You've been waylaid by grothlets and shanrigals, the barely sentient results of flesh warping gone wrong. You've seen the raw power of Mulvintox and Driders, subterranean creatures twisted into new, deadlier forms. But you hadn't heard a whisper about anything like the creature you just faced. A howling, rageful monstrosity forged from the body of an unwilling surface elf known as an Chernicoff. And now, emerging once more from battle, you push deeper into the chambers inhabited by the Abomination Vault's flesh warpers, ready, or not, for whatever new surprises may hide around each corner.
Loving this music, man.
This is the music that you guys danced to that time.
It's
I'm
good.
ready to
It's real
do
good.
It again.
It's good.
Yeah.
We're dancing. I was going to say, we're dancing again. Everyone's doing a little shimmy.
Everyone's shimmying. So just to put the last touches onto that recap, you're here in this room that has like shackles hanging from the walls, blood stains all over the floor. It's a strange shape to this room. It's like a pentagon where 3 of the sides are taken up by a staircase leading down. There's a door
That's never
leading
good.
off to the south. There's the door that you just stepped through, and there is the fallen Chernicoff at your feet. What will you do?
I think Iston might first advocate for some healing, please.
How many hit points are you down to? How bad did I get you last time?
Oh, you got me pretty good. I have 8 out of 74.
Ooh.
And were you the one who cast the death blow against this thing?
No, that was Mag.
That was me, right?
Oh, yeah.
Fishing for compliments.
Gee, who
No.
stopped this thing from killing you? Who did that again?
Who took the most damage from that fight?
It's like, how could I make not remembering what happened last time even more? How could I be even more of a prick about it?
So yeah, Iston is looking real bad.
Mag is going to go over and she will try to treat wounds on Iston.
What?
All
Are you
right.
sure you know what you're doing?
She'll at least start.
Oh, that's interesting.
Mag goes over to Iston and begins reviewing his wounds, examining the places where his armor has caved in, failed, been insufficient. I don't know what, I guess he's getting hurt through his heavy plate armor, maybe
Yeah.
dented in a few places.
Broke some chain links, I imagine.
Yeah.
Stuff
So
like
maybe
that.
this isn't like a formal treat wounds. She's doing everything you would do if you were preparing to do that.
You know, it lasts longer if you painted a picture. Is that no?
Yeah.
Nobody?
Wait, what does that mean? This is David asking.
Oh,
No,
it-
it's Mag asking. What are you talking about? Are
Oh,
you delirious?
I mean, a little bit, yeah. But I was talking about that saying, when someone's staring at you, say in a tavern or something, and you're like, yeah, it'll last longer if you paint a picture. Nobody's ever taken me up on it, though.
I see.
Yeah, I'd like to be immortalized in some great artist's work, I'd find that very flattering.
Well, you may very well get your wish to depart this plane at any rate. If you can figure out a better way to fight.
Whoa.
Oh, that.
I was just about to say, Mag, how nice it was that you were trying to help Tristan out. Iston.
Well, I'm just feeling really welcomed here, y'all. I take the blows that are meant for Miss Hammerhead over here, and the thanks I get is, well,
Oh, it's just because the first time you said it, your name is like Tristan with an ist, and it's just, I'm sorry.
well, it's very simple, isn't it now? That we haven't discussed this at length at any time previously in the past, have we?
In the
ist.
midst of this banter, Ao has transformed back into herself from the Morlock form she was in. And she looks up from the floor where she has been hurriedly collecting the 975 teeth from this Chernicoff. She's like, I feel like I'm usually the awkward one here. I don't even know what you guys are saying. Mag, are you going to help him or not? I mean, and she stands up and she goes over to Iston and she's like, I can do this. I mean, I can always do it. I've done a bang-up job. Has anyone died yet? And then she stops awkwardly. And she's like, well, I can help.
Right, my dad.
Still haven't processed that.
Yeah, I'm not really seeing what he saw in you all, to be perfectly honest. I mean, this is cutting both ways, is what I'm saying. You let me take all the hits, and then I'm not good for nothing but abuse and more abuse.
I don't know if he had a chance to see much. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does, as a matter of fact.
Here, let me help. We can fix this. And she definitely means that 2 ways.
While Ao is doing healing, Trill's kind of investigating the walls and looking at these gross chains.
And Mag is going to join Trill in doing that. Mag is not interested in whatever flim-flam Istin is spouting, or I don't know. Tristan registers as like what you would call it if Istin and Trill got together and were a romantic item.
I like that. Maybe that's
Now
what
we're
Trill had in her
talking.
mind. Him with the big muscles.
It's totally a power couple name.
So if a person could roll their eyes with their entire body, that is what Mag would be doing as she stands up from Istin and joins Trill on the far side of the room, investigating the surround. Actually, you know what? She'll start with the body of the fallen unicorns.
Chernicoff.
Yeah, that's what I said.
So I want to get a sense of how much time it is you guys are standing in here. Let's fill in those details. But is somebody going to be healing Istin?
Yes.
Okay, so let's get those checks as Ao tries to treat Istin's wounds, just to get a sense of how long you guys are in here as you start investigating.
Feeling confident. She's going for an expert DC of 20.
Ooh.
First time around, she does 22 points of healing.
Thank you.
And you have the ward medic feat, so you could use that to treat Mag's wounds as well if you wanted to.
Sold.
So that means Mag can also take those 22 points of healing.
Thank you, Golden Tyrant.
You got it. And then is Ao doing another treat wounds?
I feel like 30 points of hit points for Istin is not going to be enough. So yes.
Yeah.
Does another round, another DC 20 check. She gets a 26. That's a success, and does 24 points of healing this time around.
Awesome. Thank you. Istin is very grateful.
I think we need one more here, right? Or are you back to good?
I think
No, you need another. That's another success with a 28 for 20 points of healing.
Okay,
Amazing.
so Ao is healing fast. That is 3 very effective treatments of Istin's wounds. And within about a half hour, all of you are back up and running in like perfect shape. Across the course of that half hour, let's check in on Mag and Trill. You were starting by investigating the Chernicoff, right?
Me. Yes.
So, Mag, looking at this Chernicoff, you remember realizing that there was something afflicting this Chernicoff as you were fighting it. Trill took a look at it and realized that it was in a perpetual state of fear. I think if you would like to try to identify anything about that, that would be some kind of a check.
Yeah, I guess remembering that Mag would like to get to the bottom of that. Swamp lore doesn't seem right. Could that be survival, maybe?
Sure, let's give it a shot. You gave it to me blind, which is great. I think that should be blind. I think that makes perfect sense. I'm going to say that Mag, using her knowledge of survival, doesn't get a great sense of what's going on with this affliction as you move your hands around this really odd creature, these twisted limbs, this like strange face trapped in a perpetual sort of agonizing smile. But Mag gets the sense that her knowledge of survival isn't going to be much help here. But there's something that seems like it is like you what I'm giving you is what the correct skill is here. This seems like something related to divinity in some way. You get the sense that a religion check might be helpful.
And Trill notices Mag struggling, kind of Mag's look of consternation that comes up sometimes, and Trill comes over. Mag, what's up? What's the problem?
I can tell there's something about this creature that isn't right. It was compromised in some way, but I can't make head or tail of it. It seems like the Seems like the kind of thing Vadim would have known how to do.
Oh.
Not one for the book, sorry! Istin calls off.
Trill ignores him.
This is as Istin is getting treated by
Yeah.
Ao.
Right.
Exactly. Giving Mag her attention.
Yeah, if there was such a thing as ignoring something with your whole body, Mag would be doing it.
You're gonna tear your sutures. Stop it.
Right, sorry.
And Trill looks at she's like, oh yeah, I did notice that there was something off. And Trill wants to investigate a little bit more to help her friend out.
Yeah.
So religion is what I need rather than occultism.
Yeah, and it's weird, right? Like you see this thing that it looks horrible. Like this is a literal nightmare monster. And yet it seems like there's something on top of the fact that it is a flesh-warped thing. And religion seems like it's the right check. I just got a blind check from Trill. It seems as though it's been afflicted by the kind of curse that you might expect the devils in hell to inflict.
This... I wonder if we're getting closer to where Zazlarin came through and was from. This seems demonic.
Devilish.
Oh, no.
Demonic is
Devilish.
different.
Devilish. This seems devilish because devils and demons are different things. I knew that.
The devil is in the details.
Exactly.
Where's the demon?
The broad strokes.
We
You
Vadim
don't
killed
want to
him.
know.
Yeah.
And it sounded like you also wanted to check out these chains and so on.
Yeah.
That's where Trill went.
So Trill turns her attention as she reaches this conclusion to these chains. And the thing that you gather as you look around is that this seems like a very well-organized room.
It's a well-organized torture chamber.
But it does not seem like a torture chamber to you.
Oh, I apologize.
It's like you see the chains are spaced out perfectly 1 foot after another after another. And you don't see any torture implements. You just see things meant to hold on to people. Or things, or whatever. But you don't get much sense that anything happened to anybody here beyond just being held.
Even with all that blood?
So you take a look at the blood, and I think the time that you've spent investigating the Urna course and thinking about devils and so on, the blood seems fresher here than the chains do. Like the chains seem like they existed a long time ago, but the blood here seems like it is more recently spilled. And you get the sense that the blood, you see some blood similar, like strange texture, strange smell, and so on, that seems like it could be the blood of flesh-warped creatures. But you also smell and then sense a richer, powerful blood.
Can I detect magic?
Yeah, when you
There's
detect
like a
magic,
magical blood?
you don't detect any magic here.
Huh. I wonder if maybe this was originally like some sort of holding space for people who are going into that arena. We're on the right level for where the entrance would be. And that's what all the chains are from, but I don't think I can wrap my head around where all this blood comes from.
It seems more recent.
Some of that blood's mine, Istin calls from the sidelines.
Stop it! You're gonna tear your sutures.
No need to squeeze on them like that.
Well, if they had people tied up in here, and the blood goes down there, I mean, it must be like what's his name we just saved. Maybe they were bringing them down there. Maybe that's where the process happens.
I don't think anyone's been held here with these chains in a very long time, AO.
But you said the blood was fresh. She's like not paying attention. She's totally distracted.
But it's not to do with the chains. I'm can't tell what the blood is from, but it's this is a room that's been here for so long, and I think it's been used for so many purposes. I can barely track it all.
Mag wants to see whether she can tell from looking at the unicorse whether or not it's been eating. Like, what is this blood? Have things wandered through here and it's been killing things, or has it been fed?
It's just its lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah. It seems well enough fed. It does not seem emaciated. That you get the sense that for whatever reason it was here, either somebody who put it here was feeding it or it managed to eat on its own. The affliction that you saw tormenting it seems like it was not really physical in nature. So does that answer your question? Like, it doesn't seem like it seems as though it has been well enough fed, but it has been
like it's undergone some other trial or trauma.
Lore question.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. So demons and devils are two different things.
Yeah.
Zoslerin was a demon?
devil.
So Zoslerin was a devil, and this is something demonic, you said, though.
Devil.
Or devilish. What'd you
Both
say?
devils.
Both devils. Both sides of the
Okay,
coin.
so no
devil.
demons. This is all devils. Okay.
Devils all the way down.
And so the devils deal in contracts as well.
Yeah. The broad strokes is that devils are chaotic. Sorry. Devils are lawful good. They're hierarchical.
I'm
They
sorry,
are-
the lawful good?
Yeah, I'm an idiot. They're lawful evil. They're hierarchical. They're controlling. They want to dominate. Demons tend to be chaotic evil. They want to destroy. They want to annihilate.
Right. Okay. So Trill starts looking around the room also for any other evidence of devils in here. Any writing anywhere. Looking around. See any compartments, anything else in this room.
You don't find anything related to devils in the room as you search around. You head towards the walls. You look at the floors. You look at the door. You walk a little bit down the stairs. There's like a landing a little bit down the stairs that lead down below. You do find something interesting. You find a key.
Hmm.
And as you compare it to the keys already in your bag of holding, you get the sense that you've already found a key that fits whatever lock this key fits previously.
Wait, so there's a matching key?
Yeah. You found a key like this, I believe, in the storage room on the floor above you across the hallway from the spectral Morlock that you fought.
That's kind of weird. 2 keys for the same door?
And that key, if you recall, was in a room that was storing like flesh warping implements.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Can Ao do a medicine check from the perspective of trying to understand if this ties into the process, what they were doing to alter this thing? Like, I can do a religion check, but trying to come up with something more useful.
Yeah, what are you examining? When you say this,
all
what do
she
you mean?
cares about here is like, was this thing part of the process? How can she understand what was done to it, where it was done?
This thing, the
So, like-
Chernicoff? The Chernicoff?
The Chernicoff, the blood on the floor, like, she just wants to know where it's coming from and how she could stop it.
Sure.
I don't know if it's like a more coherent thought than
Yeah.
that, if that makes
Go
sense.
ahead and give me a medicine check. So, the question of was this related to the process? I don't personally, Lars doesn't have a clear sense of whether the process is any flesh warping that is happening. The Chernicoff is definitely the result of flesh warping. So if Ao sees flesh warping and thinks the process, then yes. If Ao is looking for what happened to her specifically, and is this Chernicoff the same thing? The answer
no,
is
it's not
no.
that. It's not that. She is like creating false. Like Zoe, feel she is creating false equivalence here, right?
Right.
Like she's relating to this on an emotional level, not a factual level. I don't think she actually thinks she was not flesh warped. That is not what happened to her.
Right.
But the idea of someone changing someone fundamentally is just so emotionally upsetting to her
Right.
that she hates it.
So this Chernicoff, yes, for
Okay.
sure, forcefully reshaped. And as you look around the blood around the room, and you look at the Chernicoff, and you think about, how you're essentially doing like Dexter-style blood spatter testing on the room with this medicine check.
That's right.
And you get the sense that something like the Urna Curse, some flesh-warped creatures at some point had a massive battle in this room, or a series of battles in this room with some other force.
Oh.
That's fascinating. Shall we get up and move on? Not going to find out any more here, are we?
Could find out more down there. And Ao points down the stairs.
All right, righto.
Oh, no,
And Istin starts striding down the stairs. He's
no,
halfway
pretty
down.
boy, pretty boy, come back.
What? Oh, you said I was pretty.
Remember what he said? No running off into danger without figuring it out first.
Did we say that?
I
Ao
don't
thinks to
know.
herself.
I don't know that I agreed to any of that.
If we didn't, let's start saying it.
I don't think we should start saying that. I can't commit to that. Ao says from the
I'm
back.
with Ao on this one. She's got
I
her
used
head
to
on
run into
straight
danger
today.
all the time, and it's nearly got me killed a couple times, and even kind of got our friend killed, your father. So
Well, but you're not wearing plate armor, are you? And he shows off. Look at that. She bound it all up. It all works again.
did it? You nearly died.
Yeah, I did. Wasn't that great?
Troll, this thing is part of the process, and it seems like they were bringing things in or out from down there. How are we going to figure out how to stop this if we don't go down there?
Look, you can't just sit back and wonder your whole life. You've got to charge forward, make mistakes, get gritty, you know? And he turns around and starts striding down the stairs.
Mag, I don't know what to do.
Are you coming? He calls from further down the staircase.
But are there other doors in this room?
Yeah, there's a door leading off to the south.
What if we just go to the door to the south?
So wait, let me just make sure I get. Right now, we're a level. We spent a good deal of time on one level, which I think was level 5, where we hung out with some basilisks. We chilled with a mimic. We got mummy rot, and then we maybe got rid of it a little too fast.
Royal we.
And then we
Well, who knows how these things happen, David?
yeah. Then we went down from there, and that's where we are right now.
Yeah.
And
so
Istin has now gone down another. He's gone down another level still. I'm asking for.
Yeah, this is a staircase leading down another level.
I think
All right.
if Troll and Mag want to stop this, they got to come up with a plan to convince these two to not go down these stairs.
All right, so Mag turns to Ao.
Oh,
And
she's
said-
already down the stairs. Sorry, yeah. You got to shout. That's my point.
Mag shouts down to Ao. Ao, I suspect what you're seeking is not further down. It's more likely to be around one of these corners.
we need to spend more time on this level, Ao. We need to find out what else is here. I mean, if
Where
this
else
is
would
where
we go?
if there's a door right here,
Where?
Wait,
the
Yeah,
shit.
southern
let's
part of
go.
this room, and Trill points to the door that she's standing next to now.
Ao's eyes sort of lock on it, and she, it's a double staircase leading down, and she starts to come back up the southeast edge of this. Oh. Isn't there's a door here? I mean, they could have brought this thing in here.
Yeah.
All right. Ugh,
Trill looks at Mag and just goes, oh.
let's just get a move on, yeah?
Ao reaches the top of the steps and continues toward the door. Istin comes behind her, and Mag steps briefly between Ao and Istin, lets Ao go, and then faces Istin as he reaches the top of the stairs, Mag presumably towering over him,
No.
taller
yeah.
and also a step above, and says, "You want to come in here and gad about for adventure, get yourself killed? That's your business. You start dragging my friends along to get killed by your side, that becomes my business."
Oh, yeah, you're so bleeding tough. Let me guess, you've never left Otari, right?
Haven't had occasion to.
Well, that's my point. You haven't bleeding learned to work with anyone. I did this professionally, all over Avestan. I know what I'm doing, all right? Now, keep up or ship out. I'm so tired of you acting all tsundere.
Mag hits Istin.
What?
I don't think this is going to go the way you think it's going to go.
Like, I don't know. Mag hits, I think she's doing her best to keep her cool, and now she's getting provoked, and I think she'd hit him.
Mag!
Roll for initiative.
That's what it feels like. Trill runs back, races back between the two of them. Istin, I get that you have done this a lot. I have traveled around a lot as well.
I knew there was a reason we got along.
Yes, it's just a small gnome. But I've spent my entire life looking for new experiences, so I get it. But you also need to remember that this is a new group you've come into. Just because we're not like your last group, who I think you mentioned everyone died?
Oh, no, not everyone. I survived.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I think
Right, exactly.
you might need to slow your roll, my friend.
Oh, all right.
And
Look,
Mag, you are my dearest friend in the world, but you also need to cool it. He has come to work with us, and you need to help him find some compromise too. Let's go through this door now.
oh, that's all I wanted. We're never going to find anything just standing around here. We all go through doors. They're designed to be opened.
I mean, he's kind of right.
Mag stands aside for Istin to open the door.
All right.
If anyone gets in my way again until we stop this fucking process, I'm going ahead, Ao says.
Ao, we've got your back. We're not trying to stop you.
Thanks, Trill.
What do we hear at the door?
You put your ear to the door as you start scouting for enemies. You hear silence and then just the faintest buzzing sound.
Ooh, is it bees or electricity or both?
Electric bees, my God.
Electric bees!
The mad
They don't let
bastards
you have
finally did it.
Bees in Otari.
It's the worst flesh warping, combining bees with electricity.
The stings hurt so much.
They do.
Insult and injury.
So are you guys opening this door?
Yeah, I think Istin's going to open it, right?
Absolutely.
Mag's not.
Istin throws the door open, and you find yourself looking into a long, wide hallway, your light illuminating only a portion of it. That buzzing sound gets a little bit louder. Bzzz.
Can Istin make a recall knowledge check to see if he's experienced anything like this buzzing before in his adventuring career?
Sure. I'm going to ask you to name your skill, though. Name the skill.
Arcana?
Okay, give me an arcana.
Alrighty.
Ao's doing a nature check, too.
Okay,
I guess maybe can Mag try swamp lore?
sure.
Yeah, Trill's going to do a haunt lore. Sure, why not? Let's
Okay.
add through.
So Trill's like, I think there might be this might be a haunted sort of hazardous area.
Maybe.
So all of you have sort of picked a skill to think about this thing. I think Mag gets closest with swamp lore. These sound like the wings of a giant fly.
Oh no, this thing again.
And as you look down the hallway, you hear a shout. Oh, God, no! And a spell starts getting cast. Pop! And the sound disappears.
What was that?
Well, that sounded an awful lot like our friend, the devil, that Vadim killed.
He was our friend until Vadim killed. Anyways, I think he went invisible.
Or did he... I don't know if it's invisible. I don't hear it, though. Usually if it's something that's visible, we'd still hear. But the buzzing's gone, so maybe he
Maybe he went invisible
back-
and threw an invisible blanket over himself? To muffle the sound.
I think maybe he went back to wherever... Remember Zoslern had like that weird, creepy picture of his home, like his home city? And it seems like they can kind of go between dimensional planes, kind of like when we put things in the bag of holding. Maybe he just...
And I
jumped
imagine everyone's looking at Trill with no memory of what she's saying.
Sounds like a really fun bit of adventuring.
Right. The only one who feels like they were there for what Trill's describing is Istin, who wasn't.
Right. And then he did that amazing thing. You know, I was actually drinking with a Hill Knight and Cheliax one night, and boy, you know, you wouldn't think they'd be good.
If we think devils, Ao says, just talking over him, we're controlling that other room, then we need to find him. We need to get answers. Maybe he knows what's up with the process. And she starts sort of going down the hall. She's got her chompers is out, like drawn.
So you're running into darkness. Do you remove Frown from the pocket to have his light shine as well, so that you can see where you're going?
So, sort of like a. Well, I guess I can only see in low light. But anyways,
yeah,
for others,
this is dark.
And Trill wants to be looking for like secret doors, but instead she decides to just run after Ao.
Okay.
Don't go. Mag calls after them. If you can see that arena, stay back.
Gotcha.
And as Ao runs forward, she does see a set of enormous double doors leading off to the east, a fine sandy texture creeping in underneath them. And these doors are huge.
As Mag sees these doors too, Mag hisses, "No noise, no noise."
Ow, that's not the way, I think that's the arena with that big, awful, flesh-warped monster.
Well, maybe the people who made it are the masterminds behind the process, but do you think that devil went south? Like, I was genuinely confused and looking for some, like...
The
I'm
one
happy
thing
to
I think is that we cannot go and face that enormous thing without a sun-blasted plan. That thing will kill us all if we are not in coordination. And
So we
cannot,
kill it, right?
We cannot charge in
That's
there
my vote.
unprepared and hope to have a prayer.
So the way the situation is set right now, just to make it clear what you guys are arguing about, there's this enormous set of doors leading off to the east, these double doors, and you're now able to see another set of doors leading to the south. So you're sort of at an intersection where you can pick one of two ways to go.
Can we lean up against each set of doors, see if, like, through one we can hear that, like, shuffling of the, what was that thing? What's that flesh warp thing called again?
Shanrigal Behemoth.
Yeah.
So you put your ear to the door to the east, and you do hear this faint shuffling sound reverberating around what sounds like an enormous space.
This way's the Shanrigal.
Ao goes to the south. I think in truth she's less, like, that feels like a known space that the process wasn't happening there, so I think she's more interested in what's going on to the south.
So Ao puts her ear on the door to the south and is not able to hear much of anything on the other side.
Trill takes some chalk from her bag and puts a big X on the door that she thinks the Shanrigal's behind, just so that later it's easier to remember which door that we were thinking about.
Got it.
Why wouldn't you just write Shanrigal?
It's only a little piece of chalk, Ao.
Oh, okay.
Well, the spelling in Undercommon is Nyang Nyang Bodabo. Just making sure you get the inflection right.
Mag, who was herself struggling with the spelling mentally, can't help but nod in affirmation, because that it does make more sense to write anything in Undercommon.
So it's just a versatile.
It just makes sense.
So you've exited this door leading off to the east, leaving only a door to the south in front of you.
Okay. Ao, you ready?
Ready as I'm ever gonna be. Mag?
Mag steps aside for Istin to open the door.
All right. Istin opens the door.
So Istin throws the door open, and you find yourselves looking into a room unlike anything else that you have seen around this area. The stone walls of this chamber are glistening with blood. There's an Iron Maiden standing in the corner of the room. The other corner has a metal table bristling with nails. You see a couple of devils that you know as Zabubs floating in the air nervously. These devils are small, with the eyes, wings, and abdomens of enormous flies and the bodies of humanoid infants. The Zabubs here look towards you, their compound eyes wide open in fear, swerving erratically as they are flying, flinching backwards in reaction to Istin throwing the door open.
Stop, you loathsome flesh-warped things!
And then one of the Zabubs pauses and looks at you a bit longer. And then they turn around, looking back into the darkness of the room, and they shout,
Hey, Stragaz, the Sugathis have sent something different. I don't really know what these things are, dude.
Oh, my feelings are a little hurt by that.
I'm a gnome.
And Mag whispers to Ao, I think we may have found your process room.
Definitely did. And we have to kill them.
Didn't they say Jafaki had sent? Wasn't that the flesh warper? They were saying we were flesh warp things coming into this room, which would indicate that they are opposed to the flesh warping process, one would think. No? No? Nobody? Just me? Okay.
Istin gets cut off before anybody can reply. As another of the Zabubs turns back and yells into the darkness,
Euravian told us to keep an eye on the Sugathis. Are these things Sugathis? Are they flesh warped? I think it's a trick, dude. I think it's a fucking trick.
and then another creature steps forward.
Stop your incessant buzzing, you fucking losers.
Holy shit.
And he starts talking to you.
What are you? And what series of mistakes has brought you to my doorstep? Are you working for the Sugathis? Or are you something else? Speak now. Lying is not of any use. I've already decided to kill you. You'd merely be saving me the hassle and the extra work of inspecting your dead bodies to reach conclusions about who you are and what you're doing here. So, what I'm suggesting is that we do some business. Make a deal. You tell me everything about yourself quickly, and then I kill you quickly.
And then
Right.
he steps forward into the light. You see a larger devil standing on two massive cloven feet. As your light catches the jagged edge of a rancid-looking 6-foot-long glaive, and then a wriggling beard catching the light as though it was made of metal. And then the cruel face and twisted horns of this towering mass of muscles and rusted metal emerges from the darkness.
Talk now. Who are you?
Well, with an introduction like that,
Oh no, why is he the one talking?
I am a half-elf, and I would rather not be killed.
Oh, you're like humans and
Yeah, I'm a
above
gnome.
And above gnomes.
We share a common enemy,
Who is that?
the Sugathi.
So, that means if you have gotten here, the Sugathis are slipping. Good. Euravian will reward us for this information.
Let us make a deal.
Wait, no.
What? Okay. You need to get your shit together.
What did you say?
What?
I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm sorry. Continue, sir.
Don't be a beta, Trill. Aho mumbles.
Shh.
Yeah,
He's
don't be a
big
beta.
fucking devil. Let him talk for a minute.
Oh, it's not that big.
We have made a deal, is what I was trying to say. And
Well,
you have
you made a
satisfied your end of the terms.
No, but wait.
I did not
What
agree
did you
to
say your
wait.
name was?
Those buzzing idiots said my name was Stragaz.
Strega.
You will remember it because it will be the last words that escape from your lips as I cut them off of your body.
Oh, I see we wouldn't die in that instance, so that we would remember then the name as you are cutting our lips
We met
off.
someone a floor above. His name was Corlock.
Oh, you know Corlock?
We helped Corlock.
No. Well, you created more competition for me.
Oh no.
Time to die!
But first, you can kill us whenever.
What?
Listen,
Yes.
listen. You hate the Sagathi too. They're a pestilence.
Right.
They're I don't know, cohabitating with you here, but shitting where you eat or something like that. Am I on the right track? Why don't we end them together and then you can kill us?
Sorry, I've signed a deal. The deal is kill anybody who comes into this room. Usually, I get the pleasure of killing some sort of weird freak. But today I get to kill you 4 boring losers. Let's
Can you tell us
go.
who you signed the deal with?
Yeah. Roll for initiative.
Roll for initiative.
Sorry, Rob.
Trill was trying to find out. Who he signed the deal with.
You did hear these 2 Zabubs mention that Euravian told them to do this.
Ah.
So that is
let's go back to
information.
Euravian.
That you have. Euravian, refresh our memory, Robin. For those of you who have not just recently listened to
An
episode
episode from a year ago.
from a year ago, who is Euravian and how do you know who Euravian is?
Because I remember we had released a devil, another bearded devil from like level 3, I think. And he had mentioned that there was a devil named Euravian who he looked up to as a great worker because this is all very, capitalistic, rules-based red tape society here in the land of devils.
Yeah, and it sounds like this devil here, Stragaz, seems to know Euravian.
How do you feel about AO rolling deception since she's been trying to get this guy to like slow her roll, his roll?
Yeah, I like it.
Something
I think
else.
it's fine. Okay, so as we start the encounter, Zoe, how did AO do? Rolling deception, it sounds like.
20 all in.
Okay. Yeah, not great. How did Trill do?
Meh, 21.
Okay, a little bit of meh. David, how is Mag doing?
Not even going to try to justify this with some sort of story narration. It's a 17. I don't know how you didn't see combat coming here from a mile away, but I guess Mag was just, I don't know, maybe she was thinking about javelins.
Maybe you had too much faith in your friends being able to talk their way out of this. Like your friends were working really hard to talk their way out and just ran
gosh.
into the nature of this devil not willing to be flexible.
Nice
It's very-
callback to like 2 years ago now, Mag.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that was Lars's was more creative.
And Istin, the door opener, the vanguard, how did you do?
He must have been thinking about javelins too, because he got even lower than Mag, 5 on the die for a 15.
All right. It is the beginning of round 1 as the 4 of you are clustered around the open door leading into this chamber that these devils seemingly have reshaped to be more like their home in hell. Blood everywhere, rusted metal everywhere, torture devices strewn around the room. There are 2 buzzing and scared-looking Zabubs swaying back and forth on their fly wings, and a proud, chauvinist, dickhead devil flexing and waving the grossest glaive you've ever seen in your life, ready to slake its thirst.
Oh, I'm so ready to do this. This is awesome.
Here we go. It's the beginning of round 1 with my favorite monster in this game. This devil, this bearded devil, charges forward towards Ao, shoving this Zebub out of the way.
I want you to know, I'm only doing this because we made a deal for me to do this.
What? This is nonsense.
And he waves this enormous polearm, this glaive, around and then thrusts it forwards towards Ao.
Ooh.
You gotta draw.
Hate to see it.
Nice. That is a critical hit. I'm going to draw. Hey, guess what? I don't actually get a crit card. This is a lower level creature than you. That's a rule that I always get wrong. I did roll a 20 on the die, so I get to play the jingle. These are just the rules. I play the jingle if I roll a 20, but I don't get to draw a crit card. Instead, this creature
Love to see it.
is just going to critically hit Ao for 41 points of damage. That's a combination of slashing and evil damage. And Ao starts bleeding with a wound that feels particularly gross. There's something infernal about this wound as a trickle of blood emerges from where she's been slashed by this glaive. It's not good. As Ao gets hit by the glaive grabs a hold of her and drags her towards the devil into the room with the blood. And then Stragaz yells,
Why don't you get a little bit closer?
and Ao feels her face being shoved into this wriggling iron beard. And here's a strike with the beard. That one's a 24 to hit.
That just hits.
Did you say a
24
strike?
AC.
A strike with the beard?
A strike with the beard.
Beard
Ao
strike.
feels herself
Ew.
shoved
seen
into
it
this
coming.
beard, and she will take 8 points of piercing damage. And I also need you to make a fortitude save as something disgusting on this beard covers your body.
Well, that's gross, and it's a 26 on the fortitude save.
And that 26 succeeds.
Zoe, would Ao say that being touched by the rancid beard of a devil, she dislikes it? Would she strongly disagree, neutral, agree? Where is she on the kind of infernal body odor disgust?
I
Strong disagree. Her
She's
infernal
up
body
for
odor,
it.
she's like a 4.5 or 5 out of 5, I think, on this.
Not into it.
So that's it for the devil's actions. It is now Trill's turn. As Trill sees Ao stampeded on, slashed, pulled up, and having her face rubbed in this wriggling metal beard, what is Trill going to do?
Trill's going to immediately use her lingering comp for Dirge of Doom to try and debuff these guys.
Nice.
Okay. Let's do it as Trill sings a scary song to try to frighten these individuals.
Yes. Oh, that was a private roll? Why was
Yeah,
that
I don't know why
private
Dirge of Doom is a
roll?
private roll in Foundry. I am going to tell you that I don't know why it's private, but that was a success, meaning that we've got 3 rounds of Dirge of Doom, meaning that all 3 of these creatures flinch back and become frightened by you.
That's right, motherfuckers. And so for Trill's second and third action, she's going to cast Fairy Fire just to be sure that we don't run into these flying things going invisible on everyone.
So what that means is that a bunch of colorful, heatless light emerges in the room and coats the creatures here with this fire of a color of your choice. What's your choice, Robin?
Well, what color? Remind me again what the Zebubs look like.
They're bugs with they're baby bugs.
But
Robin.
what are they wearing? Is there any
Not
colors?
much. Nothing.
They don't really have any. Okay. So green, neon green.
Okay, so neon green fire bursts out all over them, and it is now Ao's turn. Ao is face to face with this laughing devil, the heat pouring off of him, singeing the tips of her fur. This is an intimidating physical presence right in front of her. What is she going to do?
Get your hands off of me. And she fires an arrow straight into his chest from where she is.
As Ao starts firing a ranged attack at this devil, the devil sees an opening and swings the glaive around at her.
Oh, man.
That's a bummer.
So that is a 27 to hit,
Oh,
That
which I
hits.
believe will hit. And Ao is going to take 25 points of damage,
God.
slashing and evil damage.
She's down. That'll
can
do
we-
it.
Can we glimpse that?
Oh, wait. I think. Hold on.
Do we have any hero point cards for this?
So Trill, seeing that, Trill will use her. I'm going to use a hero point.
All right. Hero point card?
Hero point card.
All right. What do you got?
So Trill sees this devil take this other swipe at Ao. And Trill's overwhelmed with this feeling, thinking, I should have done, maybe I should have done something. My last turn is rather than trying to make them not invisible, I should do something to help Ao. And oh no, and this peace and seriousness comes over her, and the weight of Vadim's book in her backpack, in her pack, weighs down on her a little bit, and she suddenly, thanks to Richard from Salem, Ohio, gives a particularly hard stare and uses her reaction to activate an effect equivalent to a level 6 champion's Glimpse of Redemption.
Glimpse.
Ow!
Glimpse what?
Glimpse.
Can we glimpse that, Lars? Can we glimpse that?
This is so annoying. Yes, of course you can glimpse that. That's what people sent in. This is what people want to see. People want to see. People
Yay,
don't like
Richard!
dramatic fights. People just
Thank you,
like.
Richard.
22 plus listener nonsense.
Oh, what a lovely tribute to Vadim.
So, Robin, you're telling me that this is the effect of a level 6 champion's Glimpse of Redemption, right?
That's what Richard gave us.
Okay.
That's what he wrote.
And because Glimpse of Redemption is a nightmare, that means that 8 resistance is going to apply to the slashing damage and the evil damage separately. So the slashing damage goes down from 14 to 6, and the evil damage goes down from 11 to 3. So that means
Wow.
that Ao is taking a total of 9 points of damage. And then also this Barbazu is going to have to be, my bearded devil is going to become enfeebled. Is that the story?
He's already
Yes.
frightened, so that sounds good.
Does he have to become enfeebled twice because there were 2 days? Like, because we're in full glimpses of redemptions mode
Or does
right
he
now.
maybe
so
want to think about what a fucking jerk he's being and change what he's doing?
You know what? He actually is going to. I don't think this is worth it for him to do this strike. So he's not going to become enfeebled. He's not going to do the strike at all. And Ao is back up to 19 hit points. That sounds like a hero point for Trill to me.
Woohoo! Yay, get the hero point back.
So Ao,
Thank you, Richard.
back when we started that thing that got so rudely interrupted by this hero point with this Glimpse of Redemption effect, even though we got rid of Vadim, somehow we're still doing glimpses.
Forever.
Ao did a strike with a short bow. How did that go?
It went okay. 23 on the die,
And that's going to
or
hit.
well, not 23.
23
all in.
total. That 23 total hits because this bearded devil is frightened.
Right. Great. That is a not great damage roll of 11 damage.
Okay.
Could have been better.
A quick strike. This bearded devil thinks about hitting you with his glaive once, pulls the glaive back, and then takes a small pot shot in the ribs from Chompers.
And with that, Ao falls back to get the hell away from this guy. She scrambles back behind Trill, And she does battle medicine treat wounds on herself to try and restore herself.
All right.
Good thing I went with the 15 DC on that one because I got just a 17, but that was a success for 10 healing. So she's not doing great, but she's got something.
All right.
She's not dead.
Yeah,
Not dead. That's right.
exactly.
Not dead.
Yeah.
Still in the fight.
Thanks again, Richard.
Yes.
Thanks, Trill.
As
Yes.
Ao runs back into the hallway, she takes 2 points of bleed damage from this nasty cut that this bearded devil put on top of her. And she has to roll a d20 to see if she stops bleeding. Typically, the DC on this flat check to stop bleeding is a 15. But this wound feels so deep that you're not confident that typical healing will help you out.
Like to the point where it doesn't matter if I roll, I'm just going to take the damage.
Let's do the roll and see what happens.
All right. How about a 3? Does that pass?
It does not pass. You continue bleeding.
Drat.
As Ao runs back into the hallway, the subbub nearest the door starts casting a spell.
To dancing lights.
They start twisting their arms around, chanting, flying through the air, throwing materials into the air. And Ao, Trill, and Mag feel something moving at their feet. That a swarm of rats
Ooh.
has just burst up and they are gnawing on you frantically. And as the 3 of you are overwhelmed by this swarm, I'm afraid to say that we will pick up from there next time.
What?
I'd just like to say that my level of disgust with the rats crawling up my leg would be strongly improved.
5 out of 5. Yeah.
Roots of Ruin is a Tabletop Gold production produced under the Paizo Incorporated Community Use Policy, using trademarks and copyrights owned by Paizo that are covered under that policy. Paizo does not recognize, endorse, or sponsor this project in any way, and we are expressly prohibited from charging you to use or access this content. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, visit paizo.com. All original characters and content in the Roots of Ruin are the property of Tabletop Gold, and all rights are reserved. We at Tabletop Gold would love to hear from you. On our website, tabletopgold.com, you can learn more about us and our shows, pick up great merch, and connect to the best online community in all of podcasting. Thanks for listening.